is going on, my amazing air tribe? Welcome to your daily love reading. I want to quickly go ahead and quickly announce my love and absolute adoration for, hopefully that's the right word, for my girl having her birthday, Aquarian Insight. Love you so much, girl. Happy birthday. You mean so much to me. I've grown. I've done places. You've been in every corner that I had at the times that I've grown, and I truly appreciate you so much. So I want to say this happy birthday, and I want to tell you how much I truly and 100% love you. You're my sister, and I appreciate you so deeply. Okay, so all right. Said my piece about, Aquarian Insight, her birthday. Happy birthday, everybody else, right? Happy birthday, Aquarians, especially, right? So, for those of you that are born today as well, happy birthday. Welcome, Aquarians, to your season. I am excited for you. Happy birthday for you guys, too, considering this is your season. And I'm sure you all going to be having a hell of a season to process everything you just processed, went through, rather, in 2018 up until now, okay? Alright, anyway, my beautiful other air signs, Libra, Gemini, you ain't excluded. I love y'all too. Let's get into it. Alright, if you're unsure of your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars placements, go ahead and check the description box below. And please remember that, guys, that if these readings don't resonate with everybody, that's totally fine. Okay, I do have personal readings that you can book with me at any time, on Instantgo or on my website. Alright, two different sources, kind of two different purpose, two different things you're going to get, if that makes sense. One's more quicker and not so much of an in-depth kind of read, while my website ones are definitely more, what I'm saying, more in-depth. So, what I'm saying. Let me go ahead and connect with this energy here for today. All right. Doesn't take me long to do that because of this eclipse, but hopefully everybody's doing all right after this eclipse too, okay? But what the hell is going on here? Because the earth signs got this card as their underlying energy, and I was struggling with that reading. Struggling not to figure it out, but to explain it. The words wouldn't come to me. I'm like, I know what this feels like. I know what it's trying to tell me, kind of, but I can't speak the words. So, the devil card coming up for y'all, it's like a tether. Okay, so that's the card that's the word I was trying to say for the earth signs. The devil is looking more like a tether today, guys. What are you tethering yourself? What did you tether yourself to? Or what are you tethered to today? And how is it going to empower you? Because it's not disempowerment that I'm getting from the devil. It's empowerment through understanding what you're tethered to. What was that? And not who, but what? Because the person is a representation of something, That's what I was trying to get at with the earth signs, because that's what I was trying to get at. Somebody is tethered to something that means something, further. And I was actually talking to a friend of mine about this, and this is honestly something that that person's going through at this moment. So, it's wow. See, yeah, exactly. There's something connecting. There's something that you're connected to that's going to kind of give you clarity today. Aquarian energy, right? It's some interesting stuff. Right, let's get into it. Okay, starting out like the fire signs here with the Emperor. Okay, and the Eight of Swords. This is your challenge, but is also your advice as well. Wow, okay. You got like a piece of everybody, but then you got your own little jazzy portion of this reading that's totally yours. Because fire signs got this, earth signs got this, and this is you're the only people so far that has this Eight of Swords as their reading. So interesting. And look what we got here. The devil in the bottom of the deck. Isn't that crazy, y'all? I'm serious. It's okay. Alright, so going into this, you're already feeling the boss. You're feeling your power. You're empowered. That's what I'm saying. This is not a disempowering message. Like I was saying before, you starting out this reading, right? Like the Emperor. You going into it's like a boss. But it's very similar to Earth Signs message, where you guys are kind of in this place where it's not necessarily like feeling trapped, if that makes sense. The challenge is more of like how to set yourself even further free. Like whatever you're tied to at this moment, there's some there's something that I feel like for some of you guys, considering this is more of like being stuck in your thoughts, I feel like this, honestly, this is like don't overthink it kind of energy, you know? And I know that's more Nine of Swords-y, right? That's more Nine of Swords, because if you overthink something, it's more of like what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? It's that kind of stall thing. But I kind of get this vibe for this Eight of Swords too, because of this. I feel like it's honestly, it's talking about, you know you're in power. You know your power. You know your strengths, right? The challenge here is today is to not overthink something, or is to overcome this trapped feeling in your mind, right? That's what it would totally be read as if I was feeling something else. And I'm going to read it this way until I find the words for this too. But the base of this is like not feeling trapped in your thoughts, not feeling trapped, because even though there is a tie that is continuously coming up here, or maybe there's some old behaviors that need to be changed, even though your old way usually worked, I think there's a new pattern that needs to come up, and you don't know necessarily what to do. And it just starts by figuring out what needs to be done. It's interesting, because this is usually your foreseen future, and it looks like how you see your future is about figuring out what else needs to be done, what work needs to be put in, what else needs to go into this project or into yourself, for instance. And I feel like that's the way you move out of it, is by taking the steps in the direction that does improve your life, that improves you, right? Maybe it is going down the rabbit hole even further. And it's interesting that what's underneath here, right, is the Eight of Pentacles. Right? The Devil, Eight of Pentacles, it was like, what does that even mean? Speak, communicate, break it down. I will, guys. Chill. God. Anyway, no, seriously. The Eight of Pentacles talks about working hard, focusing, putting your progress in, really, concentrating on what you're doing. And then you have the Devil over top of it that does, that again, like I said, talks about, tides. It talks about feeling, it is a trapped sort of feeling too. But, trapped to, feeling that, pretty much makes you, that you feel disempowered in. Like, you don't feel like you can get out of a situation, or you don't feel like you can do anything differently from how you've been. But that's the thing, you can. I think the Emperor is so used to doing what he does that he doesn't realize that maybe if his way does, puts him at a standstill, there's other things that he can do. And the way that you overcome this mindset, or overcome this situation, is by looking at your situation and figuring out what else needs to be done. Because right now, you're not looking at nothing. You can't figure out what to do if you can't see it. So you have to open your eyes to see it, right? It's about focusing on the task at hand, focusing on the now, not focusing on then, not focusing on before. And I feel like this is a hang up here, only because there's old habits that you have to break, that that will remind you how, not only how powerful you are, but that your situation is solvable. Wow, what a roundabout way to say all that, right? That's kind of crazy. Okay. All right. I like that message a lot. All right. Let's see what you guys have from the wisdom of the oracle cards. Ooh, time to reflect. Okay. At first, I thought this card was upside down because this person's staring straight at me, and I'm like, this is upside down. This one shouldn't be looking at me. And then I realized she's looking into a pond, right? She's looking into a pond at herself. She's reflecting. So, time to reflect talks about taking the time out to look within. And that's kind of what I was getting at too. I don't think this is really an outside issue. It's more of an inside issue. And I said, yeah, I was saying go down those rabbit holes and stop myself. But this is one of the things that the card does talk about, time to reflect. Now, the caution I would give for this one is to not overthink. Don't reflect too much, if that makes sense. Like, there's a time to reflect, there's a time to look at yourself, but then there's also be careful of that, because you don't want to go start doing the blame game. or start looking at reasons as to why you're the problem to the situation. I know I get hung up doing that. So my advice is to be careful with your reflections, where it goes. Now, remember that this is supposed to be an empowering reflection, not a disempowering reflection. Because I feel like the habits that come up with this is more of like a trappening sort of energy, a trappening sort of thing, response, because of this, this reflection. It's your reflections are always meant to encourage, not to discourage. So keep in mind of that sort of behavior as well, and sort of thinking as well. But most importantly, though, reflecting on yourself and your actions, and reflecting on what and your capabilities. That's the best way. I feel like that's it's vital right now. It's very vital. But my thing is, be careful of the reflection, because this here looks like reflection too, don't it? The thoughts being surrounding you, tying you up. Be careful of that. Just focus on the task at hand. Focus on what needs to be done right now, and don't allow yourself to tie yourself up in a knot, and that you can't really figure out a way out of, because it's it's a powerful piece. It's a powerful part of ourselves. Our minds are so incredibly powerful. You know that. Emperor knows that. He knows that his abilities are powerful. So really, if you're going to reflect on ways on how you can overcome your situation. Okay? Don't go down that rabbit hole of beating yourself up or blaming yourself or making yourself feel even more trapped than you already are. Because right now, reflections are always about finding a consensus, or getting to a conclusion, getting to a solvent. Alright, family. I'm going to let y'all go. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love you guys so much. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing all the videos. Sharing all my videos and sharing, my channel. I love you guys so much. Take care, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye now.